everyone, it's Hayes, and finally they have released the trailer for VAMPIGAMI, which is airing tomorrow, hopefully, on TF1 Plus. I'm just like sat here like, where has it been all day? So it will be linked down below, so please go and watch it before I spoil it all for you now. Last week with Grand Diaper, they released 2 trailers on the French channel, one on the English channel, which is what they usually do, and they were quite different. This week, they seem to be the same trailer, so I don't think there's any need to do that, but if you wish, please go and watch both of them. So, oh my god, though. We start off in Adrian's kitchen with what I think is Natalie's best look to date. So Adrian and Marinette seem to have been up for a while. Adrian's got his apron on, he's been cooking. Looks like they've just woken Natalie up because there is a huge delivery of... I'm not sure what these are. When I was first watching this trailer, I assumed they were potatoes because the next shot is of Adrian's grandparents, the set of grandparents who make fries. So I was like, oh, these must be potatoes. However, it's a Tom and Sabine bag. So is this just a huge bag of shoe buns, which are Adrian's favourite, from the bakery? I don't know, but like on the tabletop there's like, I'd assume different kind of jams, or like syrup and some juice and stuff. So it's like they maybe been making breakfast, but haven't bothered Natalie. It would seem again from the rest of this trailer that Marinette and Adrian are taking a bit of a backseat, and it's kind of more funny where they're concerned, and it looks like Rose / Julica / Prem is a focus of this episode. So then we go to school, and Prem is the new character for the season, so I don't know much about them yet, but they seem to get on with most people in the main cast from what we've seen so far. And this trailer, I was a bit like, through it, because the whole time I was just like, Rose, you have a girlfriend. So Rose is talking to Prem, and the screen kind of goes pinky, and there's bats everywhere. And I understand the bats part for the subject of the episode and the Akuma, as you'll already have seen from the trailer. But I am a little bit confused about the relationship between the two of them. So then Loic comes along and takes this bat off Rose, and Loic throws it over to Ray, and Zoe gets up to try and stop Ray from opening it. What I'm assuming is happening, and this used to happen a lot in high school that I used to see, is that people would write like a love confession on a folded up piece of paper and give it to other people, and perhaps Prem has folded up into a bat. Now whether this love confession was meant for Rose or not, I don't know. Maybe, I'm not sure. Assuming that's what it is indeed, because I don't actually know. It doesn't show like the aftermath of it in the trailer, but it looks like Rose possibly helps Prem write a new one or something like that, or perhaps instead the bats are just like something Prem enjoys making, because Prem enjoys this vampire person show cinema sort of thing. So Nelson gives him 2 tickets. Prem looks over the moon about this. However, Nelson of course is scheming with the others, as we know, and Prem in the gardens basically proposes to Rose to go with them. Which is cute and all, but like obviously Julica's there. She's not very happy. She talks to Roar about it. She ends up taking it out on her punching bag, which of course is better than a person. But the whole time I was watching this trailer, I was like, Rose, you got a girlfriend. Perhaps this is the episode where they get together. But I was just a bit like, I don't know when they got together. I had assumed they were together in season 5, like, you know what I mean? Like in Migration, it kind of seemed like they were together. You know what I mean? So I'm not actually sure, but okay. But anyway, so it seems that even though Prem had only 2 tickets, they all attend this showing of whatever it is at the cinema, and it kind of looks like some sort of like Rocky Horror show type thing where people dress up to go and see that. So it seems like all the kids have dressed up in bat vampire-esque things. We see Marinette, she's got pale makeup on, loads of eyeliner, bat wings in her hair. Adrian, we see him later on, he's wearing something different as he dies for the floor. He's got something in his hair, he's wearing something different. I'm just here for the new costumes. However, interestingly, someone in a box has basically brought an Akuma with them. I have no idea who this person could be. Judging by the hands, they do not look like Lila, but it's certainly very, very, very interesting. So really intrigued by that. We then have Rose. She looks like she's backstage and like maybe like pulls the mechanism to open the curtains or whatever, and this vampire person comes out. However, at that point Tiki looks annoyed, so I would assume the vampire person who is meant to be there has been replaced by Prem, who seems to have been akumatized, and using these origami bats. So the title Vampi for vampire, Gami for origami, not for Kagami. It has something to do with these bats, and if they touch you, they do something to you. So of course Ladybug and Cat Noir transform. Cat Noir looks like he tries to save Rose while also dancing at the same time, when we get a better look at her outfit in the daylight. Again, bat wings in her hair, pale makeup, and like a bat collar thing on her, doesn't really go with her outfit. Ladybug then calls Purple Tigress and Pigella to the fight, although, I mean, fingers crossed, I would like, first of all, everything between Rose and Julica to be okay in this episode, but second of all, identity revealed mayhaps between them. I would love that. We see a couple of scenes of Ladybug and Cat Noir fighting, one of Cat Noir jumping over a bat origami thing as it comes out of the cinema. There's also some decorations here of a gravestone and what looks like to be a pumpkin. So is this meant to be like the Halloween episode, even though it's gone Halloween now? Ladybug and Cat Noir on the street, Cat Noir running with Purple Tigress and Pigella behind him. He's about to get hit by a bat. Why he doesn't jump out of the way is beyond me, but Ladybug arrives. Then the end of the trailer confirms that Prem is the one getting akumatized. So yeah, that's fun. I feel like it's fairly self-explanatory. I don't think I need to do a theory video on it, and I don't think I've got time to do it because I was hoping this trailer would release yesterday and then I could do the theory video today. But of course that hasn't happened. So I think the main questions here is, why does Prem get akumatized? I'm assuming it's something to do with this theatre play film they've gone to see. Something goes wrong, perhaps the tickets weren't valid or whatever, and Prem has to try and sneak in and it doesn't go well. So perhaps the tickets were fake or something like that. Perhaps Julica maybe does something to annoy Prem because Julica has feelings for Rose. Again, I'm already assuming they're in a relationship. I've assumed they've been in a relationship for a long time, like at least a couple of seasons by this point. Not sure when exactly they got together. Perhaps they've always been together, but it's never verbally been shown. So I definitely think Prem gets akumatized as a result of Ray, Loic and Nelson's activities. I would assume, it's like I already said, the VAMPIGAMI, Vampi for vampire, Gami for the origami bats. I would assume if they touch you, they perhaps turn you into a bat or something like that, something to do with vampires. That seems like it's going to be a theme in this episode. I actually just got done reading Dracula as well, so well timed. But obviously it seems like the focus of this episode, I would argue, seems to be more of Julica than Rose. Don't get me wrong, it seems like Rose is involved the same way like in Milen's episode Ivan was involved in some way, but Milen, was the focus, not Ivan. So to me this is going to be a Julica episode, definitely a Julica episode before. I think the only thing, and I definitely want your thoughts on this, everyone, the only thing I am not 100% sure on is the Akuma in the box. Don't get me wrong, I am fascinated by it, can't wait to find out what that's about. We know Akumas can be transported, we've seen Gaby Baby do it. He'll make an Akuma and he'll put it in the top of his staff, so we know that can be done. However, what I'm wondering is who this is. Could it possibly be Lila, that she's maybe created two Akumas? Use one to akumatize herself into, I don't know, like an ordinary looking person, then uses the other one at the theatre to try and create chaos. Perhaps. Could she have entrusted it to someone else? Also perhaps. I'm really not sure, but I'm certainly super intrigued to find out who this person is. If they're not Lila, who it perhaps could be. Could it be Ray, Nelson or Loic? Again, not sure. I'm not sure she'd possibly trust them. Don't get me wrong, they're not very nice people. However, let's assume I wasn't a very nice person. I'm not sure I trust them because I know they do some not very nice things, and I think one of those not very nice things would be easily backstabbing someone. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think the Akuma itself is pretty straightforward. It's just that I'm personally intrigued on. But yeah, so no time for a theory video sadly, because please release it sooner next time. But at least now, the other thing I was worrying about is like, I need the trailer to work out my outfit, so thank you. I now have some time to work out what I'm going to wear for tomorrow's video. Anyway, besties, I'd love to know what you think of this, and I will see you in the next one.